Do you do a lot of research on the crystal meth drug trade, and if so, how does that influence the writing process?
When we started, crystal meth was very much a drama point, a plot point. I love the idea, or I was intrigued by the idea in Breaking Bad of a good man who was never so much as jaywalked, who suddenly is doing the worst thing he possibly could do to make a lot of money. And crystal meth was a good dramatic placeholder for that. Crystal meth is an awful drug. I knew that much about it. I knew it was an awful drug that ruined people's lives and destroyed whole, towns. And it was very much a placeholder. And in the early going of the episode, in the pilot, figuring out the pilot of the episode, I realized I didn't need to know that much about it. And I also realized that our character, Walter White, is learning as he goes. He's starting off he's a genius chemistry-wise. He knows chemistry inside and out, which I don't. But otherwise, we were in a similar state in that we didn't need to know too much in that first episode about the ins and outs of it. And as the series progressed, we needed to learn more. So we started, myself and my writers started from a place of partial ignorance at least, and we have learned as the series has progressed. We've talked to the DEA a lot, so we've heard a lot from the law enforcement and the things. We've also read a lot of books written by recovering addicts. A lot, we've got a whole shelf in our writers' room of books. There's one in particular that was non-submergible, as they say. It was one called Leaving Dirty Jersey, written by a young man who's a recovering, I guess the word is recovering, not former, but recovering crystal meth addict. It was just horrifying. Just reading it, you just wanted to just scrub yourself down with Ajax afterwards after reading this book. So a lot of these kind of, trying to get it from both sides, the law enforcement side and the abuser side, and you just feel sorry for anyone who's I've never personally tried it. I'm glad I haven't, because I'd probably get hooked on it pretty quick. But it's, that I guess that's the answer to the question. We learn as we go, and not just about the crystal meth, but about oncology, about what it is to suffer from lung cancer, what it is to be a high school teacher, what it is to be a criminal. So, it behooved us that we're starting with a character who knew nothing, starting at zero and learning as he went. That it allowed us the chance to learn as we went. I'm just speaking of myself and the writers and the actors.
And we'd have technical advisors sometimes on set with us to help us in the process.
We took my writers and I 2 seasons ago took a former dealer, pretty high-level dealer, to lunch at Gordon Biersch over in Burbank. This guy it wasn't meth, it was marijuana, but he used to sell it by the bale in the 70s. And he kind of got away with it, and he will remain unnamed, but he's a very nice guy. You wouldn't have known it to look at him. He seemed more like Walter White than Scarface. So we learned a lot from meetings like that.
In season 2, I directed an episode where we had a meth making montage. And I was new to the show, and I did not know how to make crystal meth, and I had to shoot it as if I did. And we had a technical advisor, and this guy looked like somebody, really nice guy, really smart, but did look like somebody that maybe knew that world a little bit. And every time I asked him a question, he'd say, "Hang on a second." He'd run around the corner and make a cell phone call. And after about the 4th or 5th time, I said to him, "I want to know who's on the other end of that phone." He looked at me and he said, "No, you don't."